Have you ever wondered why the Titanic has not been extracted from the ocean yet? Let's take a journey back to the infamous night of April 15, 1912. The Titanic, a marvel of engineering, lauded as the unsinkable ship, was making her maiden voyage across the North Atlantic Ocean. But as fate would have it, she struck an iceberg. Despite the frantic efforts of her crew, the Titanic began to sink, her calls for help echoing into the cold, silent night. The world watched in shock and disbelief as the news unfolded. The unsinkable had sunk, carrying with her over 1,500 souls into the icy depths. This tragic event sent ripples across the globe, sparking a myriad of questions about safety at sea. And so, the Titanic was lost to the depths, leaving behind only memories and questions. The sinking of the Titanic marked a profound moment in history that continues to fascinate us today. Fast forward to 1985, when the wreckage of the Titanic was finally discovered. It was a remarkable day when a joint American-French expedition, led by oceanographer Robert Ballard and Jean-Louis Michel, stumbled upon the remains of the mighty ship. The duo had embarked on a secret mission under the guise of a public expedition to locate the Titanic's remains. The ship's wreckage was found scattered across the ocean floor at a depth of roughly 12,500 feet. That's nearly 2.5 miles beneath the surface in the pitch-black, icy cold waters of the North Atlantic. The Titanic was found broken into two main pieces, with the stern and bow lying about 2,000 feet apart. The vast depth, cold temperatures, and high pressure made the recovery of the Titanic a daunting task, posing significant challenges to even the most advanced technology of the time. The Titanic, once thought lost forever, was found but at a depth that made recovery seem impossible. But why has the Titanic not been extracted from the ocean yet? The answer lies in the numerous challenges. First and foremost, the Titanic lies at an incredible depth, about 2.5 miles under the ocean's surface. This is far deeper than most submarines can venture. The pressure at these depths is intense, roughly 1,000 times greater than at sea level. This makes any operation in these conditions perilous, and requires specialized equipment and expertise. Secondly, the Titanic is not in a state that would allow for easy extraction. Over a century of being submerged in salt water has caused the ship to deteriorate significantly. The ship is now fragile, with some areas corroded to the point of crumbling at the slightest touch. It's not like lifting a solid object, it's akin to trying to pick up a soggy piece of paper without it tearing apart. Furthermore, the Titanic is enormous. Even in its damaged state, it's a massive structure that weighs thousands of tons. To lift such a weight from such depths is a challenge that current technology has not yet surmounted. It would require a feat of engineering unlike any we've seen before, not to mention the cost. The financial implications of such an operation are staggering. It would involve millions, if not billions of dollars to design, build and operate the necessary machinery. And that's without considering the cost of preserving the ship once it's brought to the surface. Lastly, there's the unpredictable nature of the ocean. Currents, weather, and other unforeseen events can disrupt operations. Even with today's advanced technology, the sea remains a formidable adversary. In essence, the deep ocean, the Titanic's fragile state, its enormous size, the prohibitive cost, and the unpredictable ocean conditions all make the extraction of the Titanic a monumental challenge. Each of these factors on their own would be a significant hurdle. Combined, they present a near impossible task. The deep ocean, the Titanic's fragile state, and the towering costs all stand in the way of its extraction. Aside from the physical challenges, there are also legal implications to consider. The realm of international maritime law is complex and far-reaching, and it plays a significant role in the preservation of the Titanic. The ship is not only considered a historical artifact, but also a grave site, housing the remains of those who tragically lost their lives on that fateful April night over 100 years ago. These laws strictly prohibit any activity that would disturb the wreck or remove any artifacts. The United Nations Educational, Scientific and Cultural Organization, or UNESCO, has even extended its protective cover over the Titanic under the 2001 Convention. This legal document protects underwater cultural heritage, including the Titanic, from being disturbed or exploited. Such actions would be considered disrespectful to the memory of those who perished, and would potentially erase important historical evidence. The Titanic, protected by law, remains undisturbed in its watery grave. Beyond the laws, there are also ethical considerations to ponder. The Titanic is not merely a sunken ship, but a grave site. Over 1,500 lives were lost in the icy depths of the North Atlantic on that fateful night in April 1912. To disturb this final resting place raises questions about respect for the victims and their descendants. It's a delicate balance between the need for knowledge and the need for reverence. Some argue that leaving the Titanic where it lies is a form of respect, a way to honor those who perished. They contend that to extract the ship would be akin to grave robbing, a violation of the sanctity of the site. This perspective holds that the ship should remain untouched, serving as a poignant reminder of the human lives lost. On another hand, there's the issue of preservation. The ship is deteriorating rapidly due to the harsh underwater conditions and the activities of microorganisms. Many believe that bringing the ship to the surface could allow historians and scientists to study and conserve a significant piece of history before it's lost forever. However, such a move could also be seen as an attempt to exploit the wreckage for commercial purposes, turning a tragedy into a spectacle. The question then becomes, where do we draw the line? How do we balance the desire to preserve history with the necessity to respect those who were a part of it? Can we ensure that any efforts to study or display the Titanic are driven by a genuine desire to learn and remember rather than profit? These are not easy questions to answer. They require careful thought, sensitive handling, and a deep respect for both the past and the people who lived it. And they remind us that the Titanic is more than just a ship. It's a symbol of human ambition, of the potential for great achievements and great mistakes. For now, the Titanic remains beneath the waves, a testament to human ambition and folly. If you liked the video, don't forget to subscribe to the channel so that you get everything new.